The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy Lucanary Football Machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Straight cash, homie.
Starts now.
Welcome back to Thunder for the Zone Coverage Football Machine Zone, whatever. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Tour Machine.
That was the worst I've heard it.
They call it stroke. It's okay. At Andy Carlson Show on the Tour Machine. Went to Goo Daddy. And I have more equity than Bourbon Street is ever going to get from Teddy Drinks Water.
Boo. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
$0.
Yeah.
Actually, what do you think Teddy's preferred adult beverages?
Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
That's too much sugar, though.
It's Teddy. He's sweet.
Too sweet.
Si, you had takes on Teddy. Let's go.
I love Teddy. I knew he was gone. I knew he was gone from our team. I got to meet him at the Super Bowl at the Adidas thing last year, and there's not been a lot of. I need to point out I don't own many jerseys, and I've only owned 3 quarterback jerseys in my Vikings history. Favre, because I wore it on stage in Green Bay, like doing
that's
comedy
perfect.
there.
Yeah, that
before
makes
the Monday
sense.
night game, almost had a riot. Good times. Randall Cunningham, because I would argue there's never been a more fun quarterback in the history of football.
Yeah, he can punt it 70 yards.
He's the best. He's the greatest. And Teddy. So I love Teddy. I was all in on Teddy. When I met him at the Adidas thing this year, I was like, I tried to tell him that. I was like, I'm such a fan of yours. And just his vibe was like, yeah, I'm out of here, man. I am piecing the fuck out of here. And he didn't say that, but you just got it from him, you know? And then I just went and stalked Andrew Wiggins for a while. But the...
You sure know how to pick him, man.
I'm a winner, baby. I love it. I'm a big believer in... If you truly, and this is what I'd be curious to hear about from you, because if you truly believe in someone, you have to put them in a situation.
Sorry, are you getting married to Teddy? Is that...
No, let your girl sign with the Jets.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
If you love her, let her go.
God, I hate both of you so much. It's unbelievable. If you truly believe, I've been a Kirk Cousins fan for a while. I think the Redskins are a dumpster organization. And so now the cool thing we get to find out is, because it's been the big argument, is Cousins for real or not? Well, now you get to find out. He's in a good situation. Either he's good or he's not, and there will be no excuses or any way around it.
First-year offensive coordinator, so...
I still don't
They'll
think
just
that's
go
gonna
with
do
the
shit.
old, he doesn't have offensive weapons around him.
But if he doesn't succeed this year, it's damnation on him. And if he doesn't succeed over 2 to 3 years, it's game over for him. But if...
Yeah, he could just Trevor Simeon his way into...
That's exactly right. Trevor Simeon, King's King. So
That should be your next jersey.
Yeah, Trevor Simeon. Yeah. You pieces of shit. Just because I would rather... You guys are the guys sitting in the press box like, you see it? He threw a touchdown in the 4th quarter. It's the preseason. He might as well be playing against children. Although he did throw it to should be on the roster Jake Winicky. The family member Jake Winicky. So if you're a Teddy fan, it's ideal. He goes to New Orleans. He has no pressure on him. He gets to get back completely in the full system for an entire year. And you have a team that took a chance on an injured guy that brought him to where he is.
Drew Brees now?
Drew Brees. Because you remember Drew Brees was, 27 years old when they signed Drew Brees?
Somewhere there.
I think he was 27, and he was a big-time question mark.
Right,
so
his shoulder was all screwed up. He could have been Chad Pennington.
And then he goes on to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So if you're a believer in Teddy, I don't know that there's a better situation he could have landed in, because I think the organization is relatively strong. I think if they got a good offense. If Drew Brees rides off into the sunset and Steady, nailing it. Teddy can step in a year or two.
Bad nickname, actually.
Steady Teddy. You're gonna get your answer. Either Teddy's the real deal or he's not.
So my only concern is that Teddy's on a 1-year deal. New Orleans is in cap hell. I don't think they have the ability to extend him. Teddy wants playing time in order to earn a bigger contract and a longer-term deal.
That's fair.
And I think that's the only reason that makes the situation not ideal.
And maybe the Saints know something that we don't know.
Right.
Maybe this is the last. I mean, it's a third-round pick is not a small pick.
Right. Yeah, and it's
for
very,
a one-year rental.
There's a very good likelihood that Breeze hangs it up after this year, after the next year, or after the year after that.
Yeah.
There is that possibility, and that would take Breeze off the books, which would
change there. And
you're not telling me that
cap.
Drew Brees, even though he's got $19 million guaranteed next year, if he just retires like I'm done, deuces, whatever, I'm too old for this stuff. Don't tell me that he doesn't have a lifetime front office gig with the Saints/Pelicans for some reason.
Oh, of course he will.
Yeah.
But that won't hurt their cap.
President of the Pelicans, Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt their cap.
And you already have. I mean, you also have an O line that's built for a smaller quarterback. I mean, you have all the pieces are in place there. I mean, my concern with Teddy always is going to be, can he throw a football farther than 35 yards? And
he
it
did it
looked
for the
all right
Jets. Yeah.
with the Jets.
I think it looks stronger, man.
And
that's like my fan.
But-
I'm just being like,
but-
he's even better.
But that's what. It looked. It's crazy. It looked the way it looked right before he got hurt. Because you
Right,
remember
'cause
that
he looked
Chargers
amazing.
preseason
Yeah.
game where
Yeah.
he zipped one down the middle. You're like, holy shit, was that Teddy's arm? If you don't have a leg for a year and you're not sitting there like, hey guys, how can we make this arm stronger? You're a dipshit.
Is there something in there that can just throw the arm?
Guys, should I do some curls for a while?
Well, if that was the case, then you think Sam Bradford would be able to throw a 100-yard football from his knees by now?
I mean, Sam Bradford does have a really powerful arm.
Yeah, he can
According
fucking
to
sing
who?
it. That dude can sing
I mean,
it.
like, he throws at least 19 deep passes a year when he's
Yeah.
healthy, and they're pretty good.
Or as Bradford calls it, 5 check-down clicks.
Right, yeah.
So I just think, I also believe that a quarterback, especially one in Teddy's position, if you get put in the wrong situation, you're screwed. I think it would have been a nightmare for him to start for the Jets this year. I think
You really think so?
I do, only because
Oh, they would have been bad. Wow.
there's a lot of question marks. Like, you don't. God, he'd be relying on too much garbage.
Right, okay, yeah. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it would have been bad for him. I think
Right, because the receiver core is, like, really whatever.
the
Their-
O line
The
is
best receiver has, like, a suspension, right? Quincy Nunez got, like, some
Yep.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their O-line is, yeah.
So obviously you want to start if you're Teddy.
They're starting Bilal
but do
Powell
you
at running back.
is Teddy good enough coming off an injury in his first ever actual season? Is he good enough to overcome one of the worst teams in the league and show that he's valuable enough to wind up on another team somewhere else next year without a bunch of question marks and having to battle? I doubt it. So why not go to the Saints, see what's going to happen with Drew Brees, and then, he could still go somewhere else and battle somewhere next year. But
What do you think of Tampa Bay?
I love it. I mean, I mainly
been pretty good.
because
Can he beat Fitztragic, though?
mainly because
Will
I
still
would
remain.
How great would it have been to see him go to Tampa Bay and just grab a hold of that job and not let it go?
That would have been hilarious.
I'm the biggest anti-Jameis person that you could possibly find.
Because
Jameis
of
Winston
what?
Had a pretty good. Jameis Winston had
His
a pretty
on
good
the field efforts and everything else.
He does throw a lot of picks.
So what was the final straw? Was it the eating the W, the stealing from Publix, or the rape charges?
It was. Have you guys seen?
I forgot
have you
about the
seen
crab
that-
legs.
Have you seen that Netflix documentary? The one about campus rape?
Oh, yeah.
breaking. Like, if you want to, if you already had a low level of respect for Jameis Winston, look up what it's called.
Yeah, I know.
Watch this documentary, and it's not just about him; it's just about the issue on campuses.
So I'll
And
learn that
you'll-
rape is treated poorly on campus.
Yes, it's a novel concept.
In very small towns with big college football program, is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm
the
talking-
hunting ground.
The hunting ground.
Yes.
Gee, what a title!
Yeah,
wow.
It's
It's a
dark.
really well done documentary, but I would have loved to see it there because I think
90% of it's about Baylor.
I also think Tampa Bay is one of those teams that this year I'm always curious about the teams that everybody thought was a year away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's I won a ton of money on Jacksonville last year. And that was my whole theory. 2 years ago everybody thought they were in the come up, and then they tanked shit. So the teams I'm looking at this year are the Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in terms of teams that everybody thought were going to be good this year.
Yeah, I think the Titans are really poised. I guess the Titans also made the playoffs, so technically they'd already. But I agree with you. On
But
the
yeah,
Titans.
but they're the team that I don't know. So I would have loved to have seen Teddy go to Tampa Bay.
I forgot. Did they win the playoff game?
Yeah, they won the playoff game, and the
Oh,
ownership was
yeah.
like, so we can't fire this coach.
and then they did anyway. 'Cause whatever.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
And everyone was like, weird that you fired your coach that won a playoff game, but no one really disagrees. Yeah, that all makes sense.
No, it's like when Brad Childress was fired, 13 games into, or no, like 10 games after the season, went to the NFC title game.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, everyone was like, yeah okay.
Yeah, we're on board.
When Illinois coach, what the hell is his name? Lovie Smith was fired after a 10-win season, and he probably maybe wouldn't have been fired if they made the playoffs, which actually relied on the Vikings losing a game that they had won.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, you got to fire him after this 10-win season.
Also, have you been following along that like the Cheesehead TV jabronis, Nagler, and then the other guy just been triggering Vikings Twitter all day?
Yeah.
It's like, don't take the bait. I mean, come on.
It's so obvious, too. It's just like, I mean, whatever, man. Like, oh, it's so hilarious that they let Teddy walk. And it's like, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, it's great that he can walk.
Doesn't cheesehead sound like a venereal disease?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they wear it proudly.
Did you hear Scooch caught cheesehead? Went to Madison.
Do we have any callers yet?
Not yet.
Let's burn up a couple Twitter
Decide to
questions.
terrorize some callers before he has to go.
Worm2200 Chad. What happens when the Vikings start 1-4?
Then they don't go to the play. What do you mean? What happens? That's bad.
Who starts acting up first?
Acting out?
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't know,
anybody.
Mac. Person.
Fair.
Yeah.
I actually think it's this. Like, I think this is one of the few teams because coming out of the gate, it's not easy. And I think,
Yeah,
I mean, what is it? Thursday? You got Green Bay second. You got Thursday night Rams week 4,
Yep.
I believe.
Then you got the Eagles, I think, right after
Yep.
that.
So
Teddy and the
Yeah.
Saints week 7.
So you could come out pretty rough, but I do think this team, and this is me
This
trying
team
to.
should be beating good teams, though.
They should be beating good teams, but I also think that this is one of the few teams that could start slow and ramp up. Put this team in the playoffs, and I think everything's fine.
If they go 2-3, I'm willing to be like, well, okay, that might be a difficulty thing. By the time they hit them in the playoffs, they'll be fine. If they go 1-4,
So, here's the big question: who's week 6, 7, 8?
That's a good question. As
Actually,
a
it should be
professional, I
bad.
should have the schedule up,
yeah, I am not.
but it's
I don't
okay.
even know what the schedule
Somebody
is.
guys go to GoDaddy.
Actually, what was that site when you pulled it up?
Nothing showed up. Actually,
What?
even Googling GoDaddy goes to GoDaddy.
No way.
Ah.
That's
Wait,
too-
really?
They just
Yeah.
bought-
Oh, that was just smart. That was just
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
on-
That's
on
good.
there.
Yeah.
Try goo with 3 oohs and a dollar sign.
You got the 49ers with Jimmy G, Packers, Bills, Rams. So they got to win that game.
So it's the Bills is
Rams,
the one they're
Eagles.
counting as the win.
Yeah, I guess. Cardinals, whatever.
So that's week 6 is the Cardinals.
Yeah, so
you
that'll
can
be-
grab that one back. You could go.
that'll
to
be
2 and
Rosen
4.
because Bradford's injured.
Yeah,
Then it's the Jets.
the Jets. You grab that one. So now you're
yeah.
3 and 4.
Then it's the Saints.
So and then you steal that one. You steal that one. If you're at, it's a team that could go 1 and 4 and then be 4 and 4. And at 4 and 4, you're competing in the NFC.
Yeah.
I'm not. That would be.
You have to win the Saints game in that situation. Though.
You have to
That's-
win the
that's
Saints
tough.
game in the
Yeah.
situation.
Which Teddy starts because of an injury to.
I like that it goes from Vikings versus old Teddy to now Vikings versus new Teddy right after they play the Cardinals, which is Bradford.
I also think you got to that Niners game. I hate. I just anytime when I found out we had to play the Niners to open the season, I just had flashbacks of the last
Oh, did
time.
something
Yeah.
yeah.
it happen?
Yeah,
in week
God,
one?
I just-
Oh yeah, no. Harrison Smith laid little one on Kaepernick. That's why he took a knee. He was just out of wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
Good game. Mike Wallace showed his
Shoulda-
true colors in that game.
Should have had a touchdown.
That was Teddy's best deep throw of the season. It was week 1.
Yeah.
And it was right there. Pass interference, but also, come on, Mike
No,
Wallace.
Teddy's best deep throw was that overtime Jets screen to Jarrett. Right? 80 yards. I didn't think Teddy could throw that far. It was big.
I think that Thursday night game is everything of those first 5 games. I know that Eagles game will be big. I know that the Packers game in Lambeau is going to be a tough one. But coming into a Thursday
Yeah, that one's
night,
my birthday.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, so they're probably going to lose.
Neat. Yeah, that doesn't bode well for us.
Do you see Michael Kendricks got cut?
Oh, he did
Wait,
now.
This is on
Insider
Twitter. Yeah.
trading?
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
how's it
Tom
get-
Pelissero.
How's he going to pay for his illegal team?
I really want to
He
see.
has a very rich brother.
Man, I want to see Jimmy Haslam's statement on this.
We don't condone any sort of financial swindling around here. I see.
Wait, sorry, what? I can't. The white collar criminal cut the white collar criminal, man.
Yeah.
No loyalty.
No, but let's keep Antonio Callaway.
Right, yeah.
IBDOC asks, what position outside O-line do you see the Vikings make a waiver claim at? Wide receiver, tight end, linebacker, all seem like possibilities to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Linebacker.
Linebacker seems less likely.
How
But
about prioritize them? Wide receiver, tight end, linebacker.
between them, I'd take tight end, linebacker, then wide receiver. I'm not that concerned about the wide receiver.
You know,
Not either.
given my history of being fully
Well, yeah,
plugged
you have
in
Kendall Wright. You
Yeah,
got-
I got Kendall Wright. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
in the backup tight end
I
market,
will
you think I would know who's on the
through
bubble?
this room. Nothing about the linebacker depth concerns you at all.
What linebacker was top of my list?
Well,
Of the waiver
I thought
claims.
you said tight end was top of your list.
Did I?
Yeah, I think. You
Yeah,
put
tight ends first because they suck. Yeah, no, you're right. Linebacker depth. I mean, it concerns me a lot. I am really excited that Eric Wilson looks really great. He looks like a starter.
Yeah.
But that's like your fourth linebacker.
Yeah.
Right? Your third best, but it's your fourth because Ben Gideon starts. And so then after that, I think the depth just drops off pretty dramatically. Kentrell Brothers is suspended for the first 4 games, and also he didn't look that good in camp.
Yeah. I'm also doing that thing where, like, it's just a reality in the NFL. You can't be strong at even 80% of the positions.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, well, what about our quarterback? Like, I'm every situation. I'm just, it's what a wonderful that's
Right.
That's the best
Well,
question we could ever get as
Yeah.
Vikings fans.
Well, this is great because, like, I remember, like, a couple of times, I've gotten questions like, besides the starting offensive line, what worries you? And I'm just like, the third running back? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Besides the thing that scares you.
The one thing.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, I mean, I guess Barr could have another bad year, and then you only have 2 good linebackers. That's fine.
Michael Kendricks is available.
Yeah, right.
Here's a good one. KR Johnson 402. If Cousins had opted to take the deal with the Jets, the reported 3 years, $90 million, fully guaranteed, who is the Vikings quarterback right now? I believe Keenum had already agreed with the Broncos.
Wait, so if Cousins took the Jets' $30 million offer?
So we're assuming
Yeah.
Keenum signed somewhere else.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Keenum signed pretty early.
I think we will just assume that Bradford signs with the Cardinals in that scenario either way.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Trade up?
Yeah, trade up for...
I mean, it's Teddy, right?
Oh.
It's Teddy.
No, it's Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
Yes.
Actually, they keep Teddy.
Yeah.
They draft Lamar Jackson. Now you've got your Louisville quarterbacks. Right? That's great.
And then,
I think that Zimmer was such a huge fan of his
I think you're right that it might just end up being Teddy.
that I think
Yeah.
if there wasn't, I think the situation was like you can't say no to Kirk Cousins, but if it comes down to Teddy Bridgewater or Case Keenum or Sam Bradford,
Well, the only 2 quarterbacks on the market were Cousins and Keenum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it probably is Teddy.
yeah.
Damn it, why didn't you just chase the money, man?
yeah. Also, I don't believe him.
You don't believe...
I don't.
you think the documentary was staged?
Yeah, I don't believe.
1000% believe him. Here's the thing. It's $6 million. Here, what is that? That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
It's
Spread out over 3 years.
It's $6 million, and you go. I could go on an ass team where we lose constantly, or I could go to a possible Super Bowl. Dude, if he even gets to the NFC Championship game, he makes $6 million back in endorsements times 10. Like if the Vikings win a Super Bowl, he will make that $6 million back over and over and over again.
Also, if I'm lying, $30 million is not my lie.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. So if the Jets were willing to go that much over what the Vikings are offering, like that, they would have had a ballpark idea of what the Vikings are offering. Like, what's to stop them from going 96? Because you said $6 million over 3 years. What's another $2 million extra a year? If they really want their guy, what's stopping them from going to 96? I think the Vikings just outbid the Jets.
You think they straight up just had more money?
Yes.
No.
I don't think that either.
I think the Vikings knew they had a better situation and used that in their negotiating. Like, I think the Jets knew that they had to offer more, and it makes sense that they did. And I think that it makes sense that the Vikings do have to up because I mean the $5 million a year difference when the Vikings initially offered 25, I guess allegedly now that we're not treating these things as facts, is it makes sense that that's too big a gap. But when they short it up by adding a $3 million more a year, yeah, no, that makes all the sense in the world.
I like conspiracy theories. Doesn't make sense.
What are you doing, Si? Taking my wallet.
Hey, man.
So I
Leave
guess
your wallet out, get
John
what you
Dorsey said that they knew that he was involved in a financial situation.
Sorry, what?
Michael.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, here you read it. As side knows, I cannot read.
Right.
No, it's rough. Have you heard of Mike Reed before?
Yeah, he's written some contracts. It's awful. Prior to signing Michael, we were informed that there was a financial situation that he had been involved with in 2014. We were told Michael had fully cooperated with investigators as a victim. This is great.
As a victim.
From what was communicated at the time and based on the numerous questions we asked and further due diligence on our part, including checking with the league office, what would they know? There's no information discovered that conveyed otherwise.
So, hey man, is our linebacker being investigated for white-collar crime?
I'm Roger Goodell. How could I possibly know this? Recently, we were provided an update on the matter, and the circumstances have changed. We're now dealing with a different set of facts, and the additional information we've gathered has led us to the decision to release Michael from our team. Due to the ongoing legal nature of the situation, we will have no further comments.
Yeah,
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Caller, who we got?
Oh, it's Michael.
Michael.
Jeez. Dude, man.
Michael Kendricks.
Dude, you're chasing the law. What's going on? Why are you calling to the show?
Are you on the lam?
To call?
No, that's a different Michael. I spell it differently.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
are you in trouble?
No, he spells it weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's on your mind, man?
Well, a couple of things. So why do people want to cut Edison? I don't get it. Why do they want to cut him? Why do they want to cut him like all of a sudden now?
Are there people that want to cut Edison?
I don't know. Stupid people who you should.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. They haven't been in my mentions. I've probably banned them.
Si, do you want to cut Edison?
Yes. For the sake of this conversation, I'll be the villain.
Okay, why do you want to cut?
I
Do you know
don't.
his
I can't
first
do
name?
it. I can't do it. No.
Okay.
I tried.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody who
also
wants to
haven't
cut him.
seen that.
And if you encounter such people, walk away.
Like Courtney Corning on her like 53-man prediction, she had like Edison cut. You know, and so like she said, like, oh, he's the man odd out. If they're gonna keep like nine
That's tough,
all
man.
linemen, he's gonna be
I can tell you she's going to be wrong about him and Kendall Wright. So that's 2 strikes.
Yeah,
Also,
I disagree strongly with Courtney.
Yep.
And also, is Tom Compton like dating Mike Zimmer's daughter? Because like, why is he still starting, or why is he going to start against like San Francisco? You have Jones there. Why don't you just start him at left guard? But no, everybody wants to put him at center. And I'm like, why?
Michael, I like the way you think.
Yeah.
I don't have answers for it.
Does Zimmer have a daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe then.
2, they're awesome. They're cool.
Yeah, another one as well. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, Michael, I like where your head's at. Like, everything to me comes down to blackmail if it doesn't make sense, or conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, that's Andy's answer to
Yeah.
everything. So, yeah, I mean, you're on the right page.
And I guess the last thing is, I don't think Salstrom makes the 53 because he's gonna be playing when Simeon is at quarterback, right? And Simeon has been really, really bad.
Yeah,
Right.
he's been rough. That's true.
What's the likelihood he's actually gonna throw more than like 50 yards in the half?
Si, why don't you handle this, and we'll just leave.
We should let our
Do you
resident
think-
Trevor Simeon fan.
Michael, do you think that Kendall Wright is going to make the roster? And do you think
By
he's a good
default,
match?
Probably.
Okay, there we go. Well, I mean, then there's no place for Salestra.
Is there a place for BB?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm all good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you've got.
There's going to be Arif is, and here's the thing: we're going to communicate about this throughout the next week because there's been a lot of negativity dumped on top of me just from your eyeballs.
That's just who I am, man.
And I know that, but I want to be able to re-speak about it when he does make the roster.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I think I got when I said that he was going to make it. I think you made it seem like I was like yes, and I was like high-fiving Schreier, like, but that wasn't the thing. So.
Honestly, there's a really good chance that he makes the roster, and I'm just being a dipshit about it. I've been wrong about every 53-man prediction ever. So
that a boy.
I mean, there's a good chance he could make it. He's just been whatever. As for Zylstra suffering from the fact that Simeon's playing, I think that they'll still be able to like evaluate his play, even if the thrown balls are inaccurate.
I don't know. I just feel like, okay, what if Simeon just like fails again? Just like gets like 10 yards passing. Are they still going to make him the backup to Kirk Cousins? They can't, right? I mean, he can't after, like, if he plays, like, just really, really bad, he can't be the backup, right?
No, he will because Simeon's dating Zimmer's daughter.
Right.
Just like Tom
the other
Compton.
daughter, yeah. So I'll say this. So in hour one, I was making this case for Slaughter over Simeon, partially to kind of keep on going with Cy. But one of the reasons that you might want to do it is that Simeon probably does have a better understanding of the offense. And I remember there was a play in the preseason where Slaughter should have recognized that there was going to be a blitz that was going to be an unblocked player and should have altered the play to have a hot route in it, and there were no hot routes in the play. And that tells me either he doesn't know that he should do that, or he doesn't have the authority in the offense to be able to do that, even with a bunch of third stringers. And there's a good chance that he could be really good at executing a lot of these basic concepts a lot better than Simeon, but Simeon could just have a better handle of the offense, and therefore deal with a lot of the situations that crop up a lot better than Slaughter does. So even though Slaughter may be better at doing all the preseason stuff, it might just be the case that Simeon is better on the whiteboard, and he might just be better at doing all the stuff that occurs, in game. So that could actually be a legitimate reason that you'd have Simeon over Slaughter, even though Slaughter is throwing the ball better, throwing it further, throwing it more accurately, and making decisions when there are basic play calls on the line, but not making good decisions when you've got these contingencies.
Say Cousins was abducted by aliens. Who do you want starting that game?
That game?
Yeah.
The guy who prepped to start the game, Simeon.
I don't know. Maybe Tom Compton will give up a sack and Kirk will get hurt, and then we'll get Simeon in the quarterback, right?
Yeah, we'll finally get to see if my theory that he's actually bad but smart will be able to put that to a test.
He's Kellen Moore.
Well, I mean, yeah, stronger arm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
All
Michael,
right, thanks, guys.
appreciate you, man. Cy Amundsen has left the building. Does he have a show tonight?
Yeah, he's doing something at Acme.
Yeah, he's like opening for somebody.
Yeah, a lot of that comedy, like it's like you learn 2 hours before.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm doing something. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
Last time I
That's
saw
a tougher gig than sports writing, man. You got to travel on your own dime.
Yeah.
Bad checks and I mean that's You have to
also
do that
good
stuff.
knowledge of the Vikes. I mean, I knew it a little bit from his show, but he was keeping up.
Yeah.
The Vikes.
Yeah.
Maybe make another appearance to fight with a Reef.
Although I feel like he just chose the Simeon take, sort of like first take, where it's just like, hey, I'm gonna take a position, you take another.
No,
one. Let's go.
I brought this up. So when on his show,
I mean, I doubled down on the take. I didn't even.
I think he's
hear
related
that.
to Simeon, not
he
Winicky.
literally he was shocked I brought that up. I'm like,
Winicky.
why wouldn't you go into the fourth preseason game with those two kind of in competition, Slaughter and Simeon? And they said basically not, right?
Yeah.
That it's So between that, given how important the backup was last year, the O-line and special teams. I mean, I just it's easy to get down on any team. I'm sure people are freaking out, in LA or in wherever good teams are, but the Vikings look like
the Vikings are fine because it sounds like the Rams are perfectly set with having Sean Mannion be QB2.
Wow,
man.
And they haven't even given any snaps to Luis Perez yet. That great feel-good underdog story.
Yeah, from Texas A&M, San Pueblo or something.
Yeah, it's completely.
Kingsville, Commerce. I don't know.
Like it.
Might be. It really doesn't matter. At the Big Herman, what compensation requirements do you have for a Reef? I've heard from my sources that he's being shopped. So,
no.
Are we trading you to She Said TV?
Wait, no. You've already what?
So I have a no trade clause.
Yeah.
Also, Tom, did you print the friggin' contract?
No, I'll
God,
that later.
Tom.
All right. So, would you waive it if we traded you to move the sticks? So we get Bucky Brooks.
Who are you talking about, by the way, with the Rams quarterback? I have Mannion and I have Brandon Allen. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Allen's out of it.
Wait, no. Hold on. Do you not?
I just looked real briefly at ESPN.
Luis Perez. Google it.
Yeah, Luis Perez. He's the fourth quarterback.
Oh.
He is from Texas A&M Commerce. Yep.
Okay. The by the way, the fourth stringer from the Browns is funny. No way he makes the team.
Broken quarterback? Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fourth quarterback. They rarely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor Heineke made a practice squad before he had an attempt to make the team. So there are options where a fourth quarterback can do something.
Yeah.
But you have to make a practice squad, and I don't think this guy's even done that.
I want to go back and watch the Mitch Leidner game last year.
Oh, yeah.
Glorious.
Freaking Mitch. First round pick.
Glorious. Caller, who we got?
How's it going tonight, guys?
Hey.
There he is.
What's up, Steve? How are we? We've been looking forward to you.
What am I calling, 5 or 6 tonight?
No, number 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
All
it
night
is.
then, huh?
Unfortunately, you got to tweet Luke and ask Luke where he's at.
Yeah.
I got to do what?
Tweet at Luke. We're all confused where Luke's at.
Yeah, he said he was coming up. He was coming to the
not
show.
there?
He hasn't showed up.
What the
yet.
hell?
No, he literally told it. I'm not even joking with Steve. He said he's coming to the show, and that guy's
Yeah.
he's on the lam.
Huh.
Yeah, we had to kick
Must
Yinka
know.
off because we had a guest, so we didn't have enough mics.
Yeah, I should have just not brought it up because I
Yeah.
knew someone would not show up.
Right. God.
Yeah, Luke, it feels like I can hear him right now, but you guys are fucking with me. So
No,
what's
he's
the
not
deal?
here. He's not here.
No, he's literally tweet at Luke and say, "Where are you?"
Yeah. Steve, what's on your mind, man?
Oh, it's Tom. Sorry, never mind. He sounded like what you. Tom, you and Luke sounded like. Did you ever tell anybody tell you that?
And they're both named Brad. Yeah. Hey, Steve, what's on your mind?
Anyway, guys. Well, it's a good thing we just signed Michael Kendricks then, huh? What the hell?
No,
The show, big homie.
no. Maybe that's why they brought him in. Actually, that's a good point. It was like, they did bring Michael Kendricks into Minnesota. Maybe they just did that diligence and were like, nah.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're involved in a financial thing? We'll talk to actual law enforcement officers instead of the league office.
And you're going to prison for a year? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, see you later.
So I guess it sounds like I guess it sounds like he could have actually been construed as a victim, except he in some way knew that the trades were not legitimate in some way, and that turns him from a victim into a conspirator. Also, it's hard to be a victim when you gain $1 million out of the deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he
No shit.
yeah, so he funneled money to this Harvard guy. I don't know why Harvard keeps on popping up. This guy who worked at a global investment bank, which is still yet to be named. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Hey, I know some stuff. I can double your money within a couple years. Take that, Carl Nassib." And he did, and he got the money back. And so he wasn't necessarily sure that it was insider. That's the story. I don't know, man. I feel like he's not going to be convicted of Martha Stewart level insider trading.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be conspiracy to it, which is a lesser charge probably. But hopefully, that'd be
Well, they
weird if it
just
wasn't.
said. I saw him on Twitter. It said he might serve 8 to 12 months. So I saw a half hour ago. So that's just
But I mean,
what I thought,
But I don't think anybody knows the details enough to say that he'll.
He's going to be like a free agent. He'll just work out all off season, then he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, they've got workout facilities.
Yeah.
Start pumping that prison iron, I guess, right?
I mean, he's going to
Anyway.
a Club Med prison, right? Is that what they call it in office space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll hang out
No,
at Matt
Club Fed.
Yeah, Club Fed.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
right.
Yeah. Well, Luke's not here tonight. I got some draft stuff for next year already, but before we get to that, so you guys don't. Andy, you don't like Chance Womack. Everyone hates him for some reason. I just don't get it. I
'Cause
just
he's
like him. I
bad.
just was mean, but
Well, he had 8 chances
I like-
now. Oh, God. I didn't mean to. He's had 8 opportunities, and he's not succeeded. Do you want to grab this guy that's been cut by 4 different teams?
I thought you played for only like 3 teams.
I'm exaggerating. But
No, to Tennessee.
Yeah.
He was good with Tennessee in 2013, 2014,
I
but
don't even know if he was even good then.
Yeah.
but yeah, fair.
Well, I do like the Brett.
Yeah.
I like the Brett Jones trade. It sounds like he can slide in and left guard as long as Compton doesn't play. I don't care. I hate Compton. You guys, I know that. I said that from day one. I hate Compton. He's the
Yeah, you did say that from day one. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but
In
anyway,
2014, he actually
is
had
there
a pretty
anybody else?
decent season.
Yeah.
I mean, so I get you're probably going to be starting 5 right there. That's assuming Elfline is only out a week or 2. Once he comes back. But just for now, is there anybody else you guys might have an eye on that might be cut, or think we maybe trade somebody else on that lower tier level, or anybody come to mind, or no?
Earl Watford once it gets cut again.
No, not Earl Wofford. Oh, yeah, the Browns picked him up, didn't they? That's weird. The Browns actually have, room at guard. I don't know why they got Wofford. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a beat on what interesting offensive linemen might be cut from other teams, but obviously, I keep an eye on what's happening with the Chargers because they've got depth. I keep an eye on the Titans, the Vikings are playing them. They've got surprisingly good depth on
They
the
got
offensive
Josh
line.
Klein, don't they?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wouldn't mind him. He's a starting guard. I wouldn't mind him. The salary's a little high, but I think he would slide in left guard day one. I don't think that'd be a problem. But I don't know.
Our lads has Josh Klein actually starting for them, so
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know if that's possible, but they've got some failed draft picks like Xavier Suafilo. For some reason, our lads list Jack Conklin as 4th on the depth chart. They've got Lawrence Gibson, who I think is interesting depth. Kevin Pamphile. Those are all guys that I think, as depth players, could probably compete with the Vikings' current depth. So that's people to keep an eye on, and a lot of these guys will be playing, in this game, so we can actually watch them.
Yeah. Well, I know Klein's making like $5.5 million. So that might screw the salary cap, but that's just because I know we're at like $7 million now with taking on this Jones guy contract, something like that, right? Right?
No, they have room, and then they have room to sign Jake Long twice.
And he's super the fence. That's why I always love him, man. Okay, I got 2 quick for you, and I'll let you guys get going. So, yeah, I found my unicorn for the draft this year, O-lineman again. I found my Quentin Nelson for the year. That's why I wanted Luke on tonight. Of course, he's the pansy. He's nowhere to be found. So I'll tell you guys anyway how about that first crack at it, okay? So I got 2 names I love ready for the draft next year.
Sure. My
unicorn, his name is Dalton Reisner. He plays for Kansas State right tackle. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. I think he could be a good guard in the next level, but they're saying he's one of the best O-linemen in the country this whole year. They're saying the whole O-lineman in the country this year. So they're saying he'd be top 5 in the whole O-lineman, anybody in the country this year. So
I've actually,
I've actually
heard of him, so I'm really glad that you brought him up. I think Pro Football Focus loves him. Like, he had one of the best pass blocking efficiencies out of everybody in the entire
FBS. Run game too. He can do it all. I love him. So.
Yeah, no, I've heard really good things about him. Sure. You said he's 6'4", 300 pounds, so he's probably not going to be a first or second round pick. You're thinking what, like a third rounder?
Well, a couple of you guys like John Ledyard and all those. A couple of them actually going the first round to the Packers, of course.
Really?
That's what I've been seeing, of course.
Yeah.
It
sounds like if he's a guard, he's going to have to add some weight for him to do that, which is obviously possible. Plus, he's playing for Kansas State, so there's a little bit more. But, if he's being seen as a first-round pick, that'd be pretty good for the Vikings, who, missed out on a pretty good guard class. And I think everybody's going to be pushed down by how good these defensive tackles are in this class.
I think we'll see what happens. So, again, I know it's about calling my shit. That's the guy I want for the Vikings. I just want an O-lineman in the first round. So I want for my birthday next year. I turn 30 this year, guys.
All right.
I want for my birthday as a Vikings super. Yeah, I turn 30 in January. So, yeah. Anyway, all I want for my birthday is a freaking Super Bowl win and a freaking O-lineman in the first round. That's all I'm asking for. Not too much to ask for, right? The whole thing. Whole piece of nice and all, too, But that's all I want is a freaking O-lineman in the first round, finally. I'll shut up on Twitter forever, finally. We get that next year, hopefully. Anyway, sorry. The other guy I like is he's a safety. We got a local who knows what's going to happen with him and Sandejo next year. I want Sandejo gone. You know what? I love Sandejo. But anyway, that's just me. His name is Taylor Rapp. He's out of Washington. You heard of him at all?
Taylor Rapp, 2 Ps, right?
Yeah, he plays for Washington. Yep, Washington. That's, what do you call him? He's my other guy I like a lot, too, in the draft next year. So
he's supposed to be like a big hitter, right? I've heard good things about him. And also, Washington just keeps on just producing these phenomenal defensive prospects.
DBU, screw you, LSU.
No shit.
But
you guys let him know how it's anymore, right? New defensive back, you or something.
Right. Yeah, he got a lot of blowback for that article. I've heard of him. I've heard that he's got a ton of athletic potential. I've heard that he played a couple of different positions. I don't know if that's true,
I think he's been,
But he's
multi-secondary. I know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, I'll let you guys. I'll get off the air here with you guys. But sorry, before I let you go, I guess you got going with the callers. Sorry, but is there anybody you think we should? And then, what about linebacker depth? You guys worried about seeing we might bring somebody in on the cut?
Is there another Kendricks brother?
Not Michael Kendrick. No.
No, the other one, Dave. Even though Dave Kendricks is more of a 3-4 outside linebacker, but whatever.
Not a real person. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to Andy. Just hang out. Cool.
See you, Steve. All right. So, did you see the Charles Robinson tweet?
Which one? The one where he turned $80,000 into $1.2 million?
All right, so I'm just reading for listeners. This Michael Kendricks complaint is jaw-dropping. Government spells out how he literally, not figuratively, turned $80,000 in a brokerage account into $1.2 million in less than 5 months. And he basically paid $10,000 in kickbacks to do it. Gordon Gekko was less brash.
He didn't make the trades, man.
Yeah.
He just benefited from them.
So Kendrick's admission was interesting, is that he fully admitted guilt, but also tried to throw the other guy out of the bus. It's like,
Yeah, so he, like, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but also I didn't know why. Like, oh, okay.
oh, man. Lundy, Luns 23. Concern. Could Thielen have huge drop-off this year? So far, it doesn't look like Cousins looks his way that often. I know tiny sample size.
Yeah, Cousins hasn't looked his way all that often, although he did get like 6 targets, I think, in this last game.
Yep.
I think that there is more to work on in the connection between the two of them. I think it'll be resolved pretty quickly. Maybe not by week 1, maybe not by week 3, but certainly I think by the time you get to like week 6 or something like that. All this really means is that, you know, Diggs may end up just getting more yardage per game than Thielen, which he was on pace to, I think, for the first half of the season last year anyway. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, I'm not concerned that he's going to drop off, but he may not hit, you know, 1,200 yards or anything like that.
So we'll do a quick over-under based on his last year's
stats. We got a quick caller here.
Hey, caller, who we got?
Hello?
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? This is Ben from New York, you know, first time, long time here. Quick question, though, about the schedule this upcoming season.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you guys have looked at the road schedule particularly. It looks like we have some tough matchups. I'm just wondering how you think that might shake out over the course of the season. It looks like Rams, Eagles, Pats. I mean, the Seahawks, you know, not this good team.
Yep.
It's a tough place to play.
Right.
I'm wondering what you guys think about that.
I'm happy to get Green Bay early.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll say the road schedule does look tough. I am glad that the Vikings play the Saints at home. Otherwise, the road schedule would just be brutal. But yeah, it is tougher that they've got this road schedule where I think the heavy hitters are generally speaking on the road.
Although Monday night game at Seattle is like, you know, one Russell Wilson ding away from being like 14-point road favorites. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ben's right. That's just a tough place to play, kind of regardless of how good Seattle is. So yeah, I think that creates some pretty significant problems for the Vikings, but it also, I think, sets them up for opportunities at home because their home schedule is super weak, right? Like, because they've got, you know, the Dolphins at home, they've got the Bills at home, and I mean, it's just the Cardinals at home. It just gives you kind of this a flip side of it because the schedule on the whole is a bunch of weak teams and a bunch of strong teams and not that many teams in the middle. One of the teams in the middle is like the Lions, right? And so it does create like this benefit on the other side, another opportunity. And then plus, I think when you've got tough games on the road, when you've got specifically your tougher opponents on the road, it can give you, I think, a better sense of what to expect if you're in that situation in the playoffs. And that's always really valuable to have, too. So there are benefits to it.
Go on, sorry.
No, I basically finished. I think there are benefits to it. It's going to create a lot of, I think, immediate problems, but I think that kind of the side effects of it are probably net good.
Iron sharpens iron, I guess.
Yeah. All the Patriots at Gillette, cakewalk. Let's go.
Yeah, no one's had problems with that.
No, the only game on the road they're guaranteed to lose is Chicago, which is so dumb.
Right.
Yeah. But hey, Ben, appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right, so Thielen, just circle back around to that. Over under 142 targets.
Oh,
that's a lot.
That's a ton of targets, man. There's your Welker comparison, right? Yeah. I'll go under.
Over under 91 receptions.
Under.
Over under 1276.
Under.
Over under four touchdowns.
Over.
Yeah, there we go.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. Temple 98. Say Breeze gets hurt early in the season. Teddy lights it up. You think they would cut bait with Breeze after the season and roll with Teddy?
No. What? No. But they will keep him for a while longer.
What would it take? Although, you know,
do you think that they would try to do like a Bledsoe style? Like that's what happened with.
Yeah. Sign a $100 million deal with the first of its kind, and then move on. Trade him.
Was Bledsoe just one first-round pick?
I think it was just one.
Look it up. Because Bledsoe was a Pro Bowl quarterback, but he wasn't like Drew friggin' Brees.
Yeah.
Let's see where's this trade?
Yeah, and then the very next year, like Bledsoe and the Bills beat the Patriots like 31-0.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Bledsoe traded. It's just a first-round pick.
Wow. Even in division, like you didn't even just hold them to the.
Yeah.
Come on, man. See, that's when GM Belichick was just figuring things out.
So Breeze on this crazy, ridiculous, crippling contract is still worth 2 firsts in that situation, right?
Yeah. Jacksonville? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew, there we go. Caller, who we got?
Hey, what's going on? This is Fred. How you guys doing?
Fred, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm just kicking it. Having some wheat thins. What are you guys doing?
All right.
Jealous of your life, Fred. That's what I'm
man,
doing.
Fred, you seem set up, dude. We're just having a podcast.
Oh, y'all podcasting right now?
A little bit, yeah. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I'm just chilling out. I was thinking about the old line a lot, like everyone else, and having thoughts. But it's like today was crazy. There was all this news, so I'm kind of off that.
It was a wild day. You got the Michael Kendrick stuff. You got the Teddy stuff. You got Aaron Rodgers' contract.
I love that the Teddy trade is like the 4th most interesting story from today.
Yeah.
It might be the most consequential. Although he's probably going to... I mean, you guys probably talk about this, but don't you think he didn't want to be a backup and then not get to play and then stick around after that? I mean, maybe they won't get anything out of him.
I think that there's that possibility for sure. It's. I think a lot of people are talking about it as a super ideal situation. I think it's not quite that ideal because he's on a 1-year contract, like you said. He's not likely to play. How's he going to kind of pursue an opportunity to compete for a starting spot like he had in New York? So there's something there. But yeah, if there's a situation where Breeze has to go down for a little bit, I mean. Remember, what was it, the Luke McCown backup commercials for Verizon? Yeah. Everyone appreciates that. Yeah, and then he actually just started playing. I could see something like that, where Teddy gets a couple of games here and there kind of just out of nowhere.
You think Teddy's going to get commercials?
Yeah, I mean, it's Teddy. Well, he's so likable. You don't want your product attached to Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah, Did he do any commercials here? I can't remember.
Very small commercials, not like a...
Remember when Ponder did the Windex commercials or whatever they were? The windshield wiper fluid?
Teddy could have been Kemp's. Kemp's would have been a perfect brand.
It would have been.
I remember Ponder did the Sheboygan hot dog commercial on like the radio.
Yeah, Sheboygan. I remember that one.
Hi, I'm Christian Ponder. If you want a quality hot dog, Sheboygan is the dog for you.
Like Trevor Plouffe was the Twins guy that did that. Dead serious.
It's so bad.
Oh yeah, and Teddy Bridgewater had a bunch of
hot dog
Pepsi
costumes.
deals. I forgot about that.
I think Aaron Rodgers should be the Kemp's guy.
Oh yeah, because he needs that calcium, son.
You damn right.
That's right.
We got him.
we got him.
Okay. Oh, so also I heard you guys on NPR too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing bringing us on, but that's cool.
The best part about that is that we were booked separately.
Yeah, they didn't know that we knew each other.
Really?
The whole
Did
show
you guys play it off like
Yuka.
you just had this like magical chemistry, even though you didn't know each other?
Well, Andy did bring it up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I've worked with Reef before." He gave the game away.
Yeah, because on the phone with producer, she's like, thank you for coming on. We have you and Arif Hassan. Am I saying that right?" Then I just started cackling, and then she's like, "Oh."
You're like, "Yep, that's right."
Yeah.
No, it was cool. It was weird just because you guys like the NPR voice gal, and then you guys, you are pretty rockish usually. We thought this is strange.
Yeah, I feel like especially Andy brought a different tone to NPR than I think most of their stories get.
Oh yeah, I don't usually listen to NPR, so I don't really know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was cool. Do you guys do that every year?
This is the first time I've been on NPR.
First
This needs
first
to
annual.
happen every year, though.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Have
This is the
NPR on
first
this
year
show.
You did it?
Right. I mean, hopefully we did a good enough job that they want to bring us back. I don't know. They don't get a ton of
First
football
year, you
fans
guys
listening.
took it to the limit, man. Come on.
Actually,
You guys are going to be back.
maybe they'll say we attracted the wrong crowd.
That's possible. I got some weird questions about anime. I answered them. I probably shouldn't have.
Questions about anime?
Yeah, someone was like, "Hey, so can you compare the players on the roster to this anime?" And I was like, "Well,
I can.
yes, unfortunately, I can." That's not a great look for NPR.
Yeah, I'm not listening to NPR, and that's messed up. I don't have any time for that. Anime. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was like high class stuff. I mean, whatever. It's weird.
I mean, mostly. Then they had us on the show.
Yeah. No, my wife listens to that stuff, NPR. It's always on in the car, but whatever.
Thanks for calling in, dude.
Yeah, no, go Vikings, that's all.
Yeah, Fred, you're the man. I think you're my new favorite. Aren't you?
All right, good chat. Take care. Have a good night. Oh, also, Arif, congratulations on your new job.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited for you. So, all right, peace.
I like Fred's vibe.
Yeah,
that dude is the best. I'm sitting here eating wheat thins.
Yeah, I did not expect that to end in eat thins.
I did not either. I also didn't think he was going to ask a question. I thought he was just going to be like, "Hey guys,
man.
you talk to
Yeah,
me?"
I mean, that seemed pretty cool anyway. I mean, let's do it.
Yeah, that guy's the best. Please call in again.
At HVAC repairman, what does Caleb Jones have to do to make the team?
Oh man,
Dude, I don't think he's playing in this next game.
That's a good point.
He's probably got to save some children from like a house fire.
Except for real, not like a Josh Shaw type of stories.
Yeah, right. Like an actual. Yeah.
That's
It would feel a little convenient, right? You'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh wow, Caleb Jones just saved a couple of lives." That's okay.
That's a deep cut. Everyone Google that. From Steve PA27, do you see a possibility of Elfline playing left guard when healthy?
God, no.
I like that.
It's going to happen, and I'm just going to take all these L's. I complained about it in the first hour that, I mean, the more adamant I am about it, the more likely it's going to happen.
I like that Brett Jones is considered undersized, even though he's listed at 310, 315. I'm like,
they're listed at, I think they're listed at the same height at 6'2".
Yeah.
And Elfline is 303 pounds, and Brett Jones is 318.
Too light, man. Y'all need to get on the Brian O'Neill diet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Rufio, X3. For what position group are the Vikings most likely to be? We talked about that.
That's a Rubio, right? Reference Rufio.
What?
No, it's from Hook.
Yes, from Hook.
Oh, sorry.
Are you too young for
The
Hook?
guy with the hair.
I probably am too young for it.
What? Rufio was awesome, man.
I bet. I thought it was a Rubio.
Just watch Hook tonight.
I will.
Okay. You know you won't.
I will not. I'll watch it one day.
At the Big Herman.
Probably
Wait, hold on. Arif, do you think Tom has seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
No.
I've seen a scene from it. It's with yes.
I bet you know a disproportionate amount of quotes.
Yeah, because of seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sure.
Yeah.
At the Big Herman, there's so much happening
Seen
today.
Flubber.
I don't know what to ask.
Thanks.
How's Yankin looking?
Well, he's not here, so bad.
Look great.
Yeah.
Oh.
With two different eyes.
Hey, caller, who we got?
Hey, this is Dan calling from London.
Oh,
I love this. I looked at the number and I was like,
Hey.
what?
Dude, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, man, there's an extra digit in there.
It's like 2:30 in the morning. I've had a few drinks, but it's all good.
No, that's even better, man.
That's right. Now, the last guy, Fred, I'm pretty sure was stoned and eating wheat thin, so you're in good company.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So I was just phoning to say I thought the news I heard was really worrying, and turns out it was true. Teddy's gone to the Saints, and I really hate the Saints. So I've been a Vikings fan for about 10 years.
Right.
And I was on vacation in 2014 in New Orleans, went to the Vikings-Saints game. We lost, but it was Teddy's debut, so he came on to replace an injured Castle, and it seems like it's gone full circle, and now he's gone there. So I guess I'm not going to talk about that too much because you probably talked about it at length, but I wanted to say that was a really interesting debut that I saw. What was your favorite Vikings debut in history that you guys have ever seen?
My favorite debut.
Randy Moss, Tampa Bay, Week 1, 98.
That one is almost impossible to beat. I will say it was really funny that time Christian Ponder threw against the Green Bay Packers, threw a 72-yard
Michael Jenkins
touchdown. Yeah. It got called back at the 1. Yeah. And to think that would be just such a great metaphor for his career.
For his whole career.
Yeah.
Well, also in that vein, the end of the Seahawks game, like when McGee threw the Hail Mary, completed a Hail Mary and didn't score.
Yeah.
It's like, that's hilarious.
Yeah. It was the perfect team.
Did Diggs have a sweet debut? I'm trying to remember.
He kind of like...
week 4, though.
Yeah.
The Broncos game, wasn't it? That game, yeah.
God, Teddy was amazing in that game. Diggs was pretty good, too. I'm trying to think of... I can't think of one better than the Randy Moss one. I guess I'd have to go to, like, non-Vikings and go, like, Anquan Boldin.
Dalvin against New Orleans was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty
Given
sweet.
the circumstances with the... Well, hold on. Speaking of Adrian, so 07, Week 1 versus Atlanta, 24-3 win. 19 carries, 103 yards, 1 catch for 60 yards and a touchdown.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
No big deal.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done doing this.
All right. Done all I can by catching.
Also, he returned a kick.
Yeah. He did some kick returns. I remember that.
Which is so
It is weird.
odd.
He wanted to do it again after... who was it, Patterson? Harvin was suffering from the migraines. He was like, put me back in the kick return. Braver was like, yeah, I'd love to do that, but obviously they're not going to let me do that. Sorry, we got a little off topic there. How's it going, man?
Well, yeah, anyway, guys, I'll keep it short because it is quite late here. So it was really, really good to talk to you. And, thanks for the answer. I think the Randy Moss was a bit before my time. But I'll go back and watch some highlights and let you know what I think.
All right, cool, man.
Hey, appreciate you,
awesome, man. Have a good evening.
Yeah,
you too.
Bye.
Now, I think it may be the British accent because I assumed he was like 60.
That's funny. I love that he became a Vikings fan after Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened, man. Could have been Favre, you know?
What was that?
Yeah, true.
For some reason in my head, I always think of Favre's debut as actually the 3rd week of that season, the Greg Lewis game.
Oh, yeah.
In my head, he just didn't play the 2
that
prior
was
games.
Nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
It's like, Favre's debut in week 3.
All right, so without cheating, over under 15.5 kick returns, Adrian in his career.
Under.
Tom?
Under.
Over 17.
Whew.
Woo, woo.
Sexy. From Anthony Krepp, this is actually an email one. You are all casting directors. Ooh, I like where this is going.
Oh, no.
You are tasked with casting the male leads. Okay.
This is the anime question all over again.
In your buddy cop movie, you're male lead in a rom-com and
I'm the male lead?
Yeah.
I'm also the casting director.
Yes. Unfortunately, depending on your perspective, you only have Vikings roster as a template. Oh, so we're casting these movies. Who are the buddy cops? Who are the rom-com guy?
Oh, okay.
And who is the next horror icon?
Kendricks and Barr are the buddy cops. No, Diggs and Thielen. Diggs and Thielen are the buddy cops. We've got rom-com. I like Robeson in the rom-com.
I would have liked Thielen Cordero. That was kind of a rom-com type relationship.
What? No.
They were close. Buds.
Were they?
Yeah, that was a thing.
I don't remember that. Do you remember that being a thing?
Sam would remember this. Sam has a good memory.
But Linval in a rom-com.
Done.
Yeah.
Cool. That excludes him from the horror movie. But
No, that's okay because Kirk Cousins, like full-on like American Psycho style.
Wow. Wait, so I thought we were casting the lead, the victims in the horror movie.
Oh, no, it's the next horror icon.
Oh, yeah, Kirk Cousins.
That'd be just sweet.
What about Everson?
No, he's too friendly.
Yeah, he is too friendly.
Also, it's too on the nose.
Yeah. It's too close.
Harrison? Hitman Harrison. Harry.
I
Harry
see him
the
as the
Hitman.
next action. I see him as Jason Statham.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bites some electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to watch that movie, man.
No, it's
so
great.
good.
They have some really interesting camera angles, and the way they're able to do it is that half the movie is shot on GoPro. So they just bought cameras to destroy for like a single take.
That's really smart.
That's sweet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to be Nicolas Cage? And we can't use Kirk Cousins because we just made him the horror icon.
Who kills the Meg?
Michael Kendricks, who does crappy things for money. Because they have to. Nick Cage.
God, Cousins is a good pick there.
Yeah, Cousins is the Nick Cage, right?
I'm trying to...
I can't think of who else it would be.
Maybe Mac.
I was thinking Mac, but
Yeah.
that just doesn't seem like it fits.
Yeah, you need someone who has range. Like they can be serious and they can also be completely over the top.
But like the range is still weird that they have it.
Yeah.
And it's not great.
That's Kirk Cousins.
You're right. I think
What
we
do
have
you-
to pick a different horror icon.
All right, reopen it. What about
Harry
Trey
the
Waynes?
Hitman.
What? No, we made him the action star.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Trey Waynes because he's quiet.
Silent
Yeah.
but deadly.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not feeling that one as much.
It's always the one you trust.
I don't really trust him. He doesn't talk.
Yeah.
And Zendaya was too
Anthony Barr.
much.
Anthony Barr.
No.
Nah. All right.
No. What about? Nope. Horror icon.
Pat Elfline.
No, absolutely not.
I'm just throwing names out now.
Oh, Robert Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's great.
And plus, he'd be hilarious. So it'd be like one of those comedy horror movies,
Yeah.
which is a good subgenre.
I didn't even think about picking any of the coaches.
Yeah.
That's great.
I know. George Edwards rom-com.
Techniques and fundamentals.
Yeah. We'll just go with that. Let's see.
I could take Kyle Rudolph as a rom-com lead.
Horror icon.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, who could pull a who on the
Caleb Jones, horror icon.
who on the Vikings could pull off like a LeBron James-esque cameo, like him in what was that one of the Amy Schumer and Bill Hader?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about. That was kind of funny. What's Stephon
Everson.
Diggs?
Everson.
Yeah, Everson.
Everson.
Yeah. That was a pretty funny bit too.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to have the most interesting post playing career.
Trainwreck, by the way, was the LeBron movie.
Yeah, there it is. That's actually really tough.
Yeah.
Right? Because like
What's that again?
the most interesting post playing because you could have said Jared Allen and Allen's been quiet.
Everson as a pro wrestler.
What if Harrison just becomes like a pilot for Delta?
I could see it.
He gets all his hours and is like, "Hey man, I'm just going to
Actually, it'd be sweet if you did a private jet. You just like chill with Harrison. Except he'd be flying, I guess.
He'd be flying. You don't want to.
All right. If Harrison
I got the co-pilot.
If Harrison got all his hours in, do you think the Wilfs would trust him flying the private jet?
No.
Hey,
What?
Harrison in the airplane remake.
No.
Isn't he better than? He's got to be better than Kareem.
No.
Oh, fine.
Kareem is funny.
He is funny, but Harrison could be that kind of funny.
No, he couldn't.
All right, fine.
You know who's actually funny too? O.J. Simpson in the Naked Gun movies.
Yes, he
O.J.
was
Simpson
actually all right.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson's a pretty decent actor.
Decent guy.
Yeah, okay. I've told this story probably on this podcast before, but I want to tell it again. They considered O.J. Simpson for the role of the Terminator in the Terminator movies, and they decided against it because he looked too nice.
Yep.
Instead, he got shot as a cop in a bit scene.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We done?
O.J. Simpson, the cop.
Arif's crushed my morale.
I kind of want some chicken.
Because you don't know anything about the players?
Arif.
What?
I'm just trying to.
Sai's not here anymore, and I'm in a dunking mood.
I know. Sai should be part of our Slack.
Just put him in. Arif, what's coming up from you?
More positional previews. This time the offensive line, so that's going to be exciting.
So you're cutting Edison.
I'm not cutting Edison.
Tom, what's going on at zonecoverage.com?
Oh, we got Sam Ekstrom doing great Vikings coverage. We got Brandon and I still finishing strong in the Twin season. We'll be focusing on the players. Could be make an impact next year. Soccer stuff. Team's still chugging along, although they're struggling on the road a little bit. And we will have some exciting preview stuff for the Wolves. Dane, Charlie Johnson are doing a really, really good job on that.
God, I forgot. I forgot to keep calling Chad Beebe Steve Largent.
Dang.
Or Steve Tasker as well.
We missed
Just like this really damn.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, it's going to be the Chad Beebe show because he's making the 53. Lock it up. Listen to hour one. We had a good time. Big thanks to Cy Amundsen for sitting in, being a little guest co-star before he actually went to work. It's crazy. Shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, iRadio, zonecoverage.com/Basheen. But for Luke in absentia, for Yinka not here, for Reef, Simonson, and Tom. I made it say. Anyway, bye. See you next week. Follow all of us on Twitter. I'm at Andy Carlson Show. Luke is at Luke_Spinman. Arif at Arif Hassan NFL. The theme song for the show is Let It Burn by Cold Kingdom. For more info and show dates, visit coldkingdom.com and follow them on Twitter at Cold Kingdom Band. Get all the Andy, Luke, and Arif Football Machine shows on iTunes, on Stitcher, and of course at coldomaha.com/football machine. It'll cure what ails you. Just do it. Do it now.
The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.